It's quite hard to imagine life without coffee and tea, but it's actually not that long ago since they were either unknown or very valuable commodities. So what did folk used to do when the urge for a good cuppa came on them? There's an abundance of plants in our hedgerows in Scotland that people could pick in the summertime and dry for use as tea throughout the year. And the beauty of drinks that use our indigenous plants is that you also get the benefit of their many traditional medicinal uses. And your palate gets to experience the seasons as each of the plants come in and out of bloom. This is meadowsweet, and you might have noticed it lining the roads and the hedgerows in full summer. It's a wonderfully fragrant herb. And that's why in the Middle Ages they used it as a strewing herb. They threw it on the floor to bring a nice scent into the room. In more modern times, meadowsweet was the plant where they first isolated the chemical that would go on to become aspirin. And the name aspirin reflects the old Latin name for this plant, which is spirea. It's the same chemical that's found in white willow. So for many years, herbalists have used this plant for fever, for pain, and it's also a great alternative for heartburn. But as well as being great medicine, meadowsweet also makes a really refreshing cuppa, and that's why I want to harvest this meadowsweet today. If you've ever wondered about Mother Nature's sense of timing, then here's a perfect example of just how the schedule works. This is elder, and when it's in flower, it's mainly used for hay fever. These beautiful frothy flowers first appear in late spring and then come into full bloom in midsummer, tracking the hay fever season as it first begins and then peaks. Elderflower is really useful for summer colds and can also help to reduce a mild fever. In the autumn, the plant becomes covered in dark berries that are absolutely packed with vitamin C, and those have been used for centuries to treat colds and flu. But by far my favourite summer tea has to be the lime flower. Around midsummer it bursts into bloom and you can hear the bees buzzing all around these majestic trees. It's in these long graceful swathes that you find the lime flowers. They smell absolutely fantastic. They're really sweet and the bees love them. By adding hot water to either the fresh or the dried flower, you create this amazingly fragrant tea that's very calming and soothing. So instead of reaching for the same boring old cuppa every time you have a tea break, try something a little bit different and see if you can discover your herbal favourites.